Hey, it's been quite a long while since I've used the webcam to do some stuff, but whatever. It's mostly because I don't feel like getting the tripod and the camera out and all that. So some of you who might know me, you know that I go through different waves of depression every now and then, and I think, you know, we're all nerds on the internet, on YouTube. We probably all have some sort of depression, but I don't feel like doing anything. But I decided that, hey, I'll just do a simple chill video, just me talking to a screen, nothing planned out. Look at that hair, Jesus Christ. But yeah, just something simple. And I recently watched the movie Koe no Katachi, or as it's stupidly known in English, a silent voice. That's not what Koe no Katachi means, but whatever. And I thought, you know, let's just talk about it. And I've realized that I've never talked about, I forget the camera's right there. I never talked about anime on this channel before. I've talked about it sometimes in some videos, but I've never devoted a video to the subject of one anime, which is weird because I've made plans to do that multiple times throughout my channel's history. Like, I want to make a video on this anime or a review on this anime, but obviously they never went out all the way to release. Okay, you really see a lot of. If I do this, does this work now? No. Let's get rid of these. So now I can't see, so that's something. But yeah, I wasn't feeling, you know, doing anything, so I just said I'll just watch Koe no Katachi, and I wanted to watch Koe no Katachi a long time ago. I think they both came out in like the summer or early fall of 2017, or no, 2016, because I know Kimi no Na wa came out, and I loved Kimi no Na wa. In fact, I was looking forward to both Koe no Katachi and Kimi no Na wa at that time period, but I only managed to watch Kimi no Na wa. I never actually got a chance to see Koe no Katachi. So I sat down, I was like, I may as well watch it, you know, I'm not doing anything anyway. And yeah, I enjoyed it, and I thought, you know, I need to make a video. So I also really need to practice getting into the feel of getting a video, because I want to do the community comments video soon. So I need to get used to speaking in front of a camera. That actually might come out before this video comes out, but you know, I want energy for that community comments video, so here's me getting my weird awkwardness out of the way first. But what can I say about Koe no Katachi? Fluid animation, it's about what you'd expect from Kyoto Animation, yep. I thought it was it, but I didn't want to go off on a limb and say it without checking. It was the first time I really got to see, even though it's in animated format, so there's a little oddities with it, but Japanese sign language, Tesho, I've never really seen that before. It was kind of talked about in Kata wa Shoujo. The first route I played of that game was Shizune, and she's the deaf person that uses the sign language. And I've studied ASL a little bit, American Sign Language a little bit, but you know, I've never really gotten far with it. It's something that I kind of want to learn, but you know, other languages are sort of getting in the way of my time studying that. I will say I don't think Koe no Katachi was better than Kimi no Na wa. I think Koe no Katachi had more memorable characters. Kimi no Na wa usually, it only had the two. But the story-wise, I liked Kimi no Na wa better. I also like the music choice for Kimi no Na wa. Can we talk about how they shoved Talking About My Generation in Koe no Katachi? That felt so weird when I saw it. Like, are you sure you want sort of mid to late Cold War era American music in your Japanese modern day animation film? It felt really out of place. When I was watching, I had to pause it, and I was trying to see if was that an ad? Is some ad playing Talking About My Generation in the middle of watching this? No, to my horror, it wasn't. I think the characters were a little bit more in-depth than Kimi no Na wa, but I don't really know why I like Kimi no Na wa better than Koe no Katachi, but maybe it's because I saw it first. And you know, it was a Makoto Shinkai film, and Makoto Shinkai films tend to be depressing. Speaking of depression, I guess it's not really Koe no Katachi wasn't a good film to watch while already depressed, because it was depressing. It detailed with themes of depression, so you know, maybe it was a good idea. I don't know. I don't think through my decisions. I look like some sort of redneck. Why did I pick today to wear the flannel? Hey guys, it's the Lays Boy here. And I want to preface this, even though we're probably in the middle of the video already at this point. This isn't a review, this is just talking about the movie. This is ramblings of Koe no Katachi. Sort of like Kimi no Na wa, the movie had like 3 sections, And each section felt a bit disconnected from the other section. Like Kimi no Na wa, you had the body swapping phase of the movie, you had the investigation phase of the movie, and then you had the evacuation phase of the movie. All three of them were, when you're in the middle of watching, you're like, am I watching 3 different stories right now? Koa no Katachi did the bullying in elementary school section. It had a section on sort of like, I guess a section revolving around the nature of friendship, and then another section that was sort of like a commentary on depression or something like that. I don't know, I'm fine with that. I thought it was cool. So let's talk about the bullying. This film was weirdly, I don't want to say progressive. That's usually a word you hear in the term of Western society, but Japanese culture doesn't really deal with bullying, disabilities, or like even interracial relationships. But all of those were shown and were made a big issue in the, except the interracial relationships isn't a big issue in the movie, but those things aren't things you typically see portrayed in Japanese culture-based media. Like, yeah, you had the interracial relationship, but you know, the wife of the black man is never seen, and then the black dude sort of portrayed as, haha, look at this funny black dude. Oh, I love Japan. You know, Maria is treated, you know, she's just an adorable little character in the film. But that aside, bullying is something like, you know, it happens, get over it in Japan, and this film really kind of stepped in and almost was a commentary on how bullying is bad, which was, you know, something I didn't really expect. But the big thing was Nishimiya being deaf and having to use sign language, and you know, disabilities in Japan aren't really, you know, it's something that happens to other people. You don't have to talk about it. Now they are starting to get a little bit more you know, lenient, tolerant towards physical disabilities, so you know, I think this movie really reflects that trend too. Well, enough about the weird political side of it. The bullying part, it was written, the bullying in that film, most of it, not all of it, was something that was believable, and I think especially in Western media, when you hear about bullying, it's like, you know, the big fat kid who just goes around beating up kids for their lunch money. That never happened to me. You know, I was bullied a lot in elementary and middle school. But you know, it was more of a bullying that, you know, was sort of rude, but it's not like you could say, hey, don't do, like, you know, things being stolen from you and being thrown out of the window. That sort of stuff sort of reminded me more of sort of bullying that happened in school. I don't know how to describe it. Overt yet subtle. That's not exactly what it was, but the ostracizing, it was, yeah, I think they did a good job of portraying bullying in that film. I will say, as someone who has trouble socializing with people, trouble even looking at people in the face, Ishida, I believe his name was, Ishida's experience where he didn't look people in the face, and you know, they all had X's on their face for people he didn't really associate with. And even, you know, like when he was out having fun with his friends, one of the friends, Ueno, who he's had problems with, has the X on her head, and I thought it was good animation, but it was a good use of symbolism, and I love symbolism, mostly because I'm not an artsy type person. But symbolism isn't that hard to understand. Symbolism is sort of like the most simple level of thinking you have to use when interpreting art. And I guess maybe that's why I like symbolism, because it's the easiest thing to interpret. It was like, oh, I'm interpreting this art piece. But yeah, that I like that. What I didn't like, I feel like a lot of the characters didn't have time to be developed. And from what I understand, Koa no Katachi was originally a manga or a novel. I think it was a manga. Do I care enough to check? I guess. It is based on the manga. Okay, there we go. I guess the manga gets more time to develop these characters to make you understand them more. I feel like Koa no Katachi had to shove it into a movie and make sort of some things that were more explicitly stated in the manga be more in inference, sort of. You can infer it from the film, which they did a good job at that. But you know, there are some characters like the dude whose name I don't remember, but looked like a freaking, like one of the snobby kids you see in a typical anime show. Like, what was his deal? He does 2 or 3 180s throughout the entire film about how he feels about the main character. I think it's 2 180s, but like, he starts not liking him, then goes to liking him, then goes to not like. That's about 3 180. He goes to 3 180s without any real explanation besides maybe a throwaway line. It was weird. I think Ishida had only one scene with him alone. Who was this dude? Where are his parents? Who are his parents? And even the other blonde chick, that she didn't. There's a lot of things about her character that I thought needed to be developed. But Ueno Nishiyama, the other Nishiyama, and Ishida, I feel were pretty well developed for the time, for the screen time the creators had. And the other blonde dude with the freaking dead looking eyes, he did a 180 and then like another one. Somehow he was there when Ishida fell off the balcony and helped get his. Why was he there? Why did he suddenly have a change of heart? Who is he? I don't know. I think a lot of my ramblings probably makes more sense if you've already seen the movie. Even the whole romance between Nishiyama and Ishida, I felt, wasn't really developed in the movie and had to be based off of inferences. Like, you had to infer they're going to get together eventually, but it never happened in the movie itself, which I'm not generally a fan of that sort of thing. Koe no Katachi did not have RADWIMPS in the soundtrack, so there's that. Oh no, this wasn't organized. This is me trying to get used to talking in front of the camera again, since I haven't done that since last community comments video, which that should be the next one I record, but it's likely that it came out before this. So I'm just, again, trying to get into the swing of things. What did you think about Koe no Katachi if you've already seen it? If you haven't seen it, I think you should see it. I think I give it an 8 out of 10 on my anime list, which I don't know what's up with my anime list. I went to it yesterday to put in Koe no Katachi, and you'll see that it took me 2 days to watch Koe no Katachi. That's not because it literally took me 2 days. That's because I started at 11 or something, and by the time I finished, it was like 12:15. But yeah, I went to my anime list, and I realized I gave Strike Witches like an 8 out of 10, and I don't think there's ever been a point in my life when I thought Strike Witches was an 8 out of 10. I had to fix that crap immediately. But yeah, let me know if you liked Koe no Katachi. I do recommend you seeing it, if you like that sort of thing. I should have more energy, hopefully, for the next community comments, which you've already seen. Are there any other anime you'd like me to talk about in a more organized fashion than this? Because this wasn't organized at all. But yeah, that's about it. Be nice to each other. Is that how I'm going to end this? Be nice to each other? When have I ever promoted being nice to each other? How do I end this? Insert some bland, unoriginal, and empty Jew joke here.
いつもは尖ってた父の言葉が